Everyone good? We feeling Nash? All right. Tonight, today, whenever you're listening to this pod, we are joined by someone who does not just talk about the unseen, he walks in it. Danny Santos is a medium, tarot reader, psychic, shamanic practitioner, and guide through the shadow realms. But Danny is also someone who helps people meet themselves. He leads a 12-week shadow work program that, I must say, we have taken and survived. Introducing Danny Santos.
Hi. Oh my gosh, Estelle, it's such an honor to be here.
Blessums Upon. I'm so happy that you're joining us today.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of your work.
Really? I'm a huge fan of yours. We've been working together for quite some time.
Yes, we have, and it's been an honor to go to the underworld with you.
Yes. It's a very, very special experiences that we've had together, isn't that true?
It is, once you go into the darkness, you need a little bit of light to get through.
Very true. You really helped me get through some of my demons, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, oftentimes it's about integrating your demons rather than trying to exorcise them.
Oh.
As you know.
As we all know.
Yes.
So something that we ask all of our guests is, what two things are you enjoying right now?
So I actually did a little show and tell for the two tings that
I
I
can
brought
see
today.
that.
Yes.
I love this.
So my first ting is actually, here, let me move this mug. My first ting is actually this embroidery made by local artist. Well, I believe she lives in New York now, but her name is Taylor Eden. So
Shout out Taylor Eden.
Taylor, I'm a huge fan of your work and I love you. She's also worked with me in my program as well. So
Wow, look at that detail.
I know, she is an embroidery master. And Estelle, you know my spirit animal is the crow.
Yes,
So-
he's the crow.
Yes, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I absolutely need this to be one of my two tings.
What does this ting represent for you?
Well, there's a lot of imagery from the tarot in here. So we have the cup from the Ace of Cups at the bottom, the sword from the Ace of Swords going through the body of the crow, and then we've got the rainbow from the Ten of Cups going here. So to me, this ting represents new beginnings and emotional joy, even in the hardest of times.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of even people who go through trauma. We don't have to be victims, we can be survivors.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thanks, Estelle.
What's your second ting?
Oh, so my second ting, are you ready for the big reveal?
I'm ready.
Da 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 da! It's a pine cone. So, I know you're familiar with these, Estelle.
I love pine cones.
Yes, and the pine cones represent the pineal gland in the brain. So, the part of our brain where we meditate, and it's actually shaped like a pine cone, the pineal gland, and it will...
In your brain, it's shaped just like this pine cone?
Yes, and the more that you meditate, your brain will actually open the pineal gland the way that this pine cone has opened itself up.
We are nature.
Not only are we nature, but we also have gifts and powers and abilities that we can unlock to become supernatural.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
So the pineal gland in the brain has what's known as piezoelectric crystals. So we actually have crystals in our brain that give like a Wi-Fi signal off, which is where people like me can perform mediumship and connect with the spirit realm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a set amount of these little crystals, or do they grow and shed?
Well, Harvard actually did a study on the brain and how we can increase our spiritual and psychic ability in the brain. And it's done through meditation.
Yeah.
So the more that you meditate, the more you increase gray matter in the brain. But gray is not bad. We think gray represents wisdom. So the gray matter in the brain increases the more that we meditate, and the piezoelectric crystals get a greater Wi-Fi signal when we do that more.
Meditation, it kind of gives you superpowers.
Yeah, and I love all your videos on meditation all the time, Estelle. You're bringing a good message to the collective.
Well, you're someone who has always inspired me to make sure to always ground myself multiple times a day. And I really thank you for that. You've really helped me stay on top of my meditation game.
Oh, and Estelle, for me, it's people like you or foxes like you that really give me the opportunity to feel like I'm living my best possible life.
Oh, we're just having a little love fest,
I
aren't
guess we are. So thank you.
And I really wanted to bring you on this episode about death because I feel like you're someone I've talked to the most in my life about death.
Yeah.
At least this life that I'm living right now.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, Estelle, but aren't you reincarnated?
Well, yes, in a way, I have a little bit more soul life experience than most beings.
Yeah, because although your astrological birth chart, you might be only a couple years old in this lifetime. I believe your soul has been around much longer than that.
Yes, I kind of have the best of both worlds. I'm a little baby with all the knowledge of multiple lifetimes.
Yeah, and this really goes in with a lot of my beliefs about death.
Like,
Well, I believe that the soul never truly dies. So since you did my program, you know that each sign of the zodiac has a different area of life that it focuses on. And Scorpio is the sign of death. And it's interesting because it's not the last sign. There's always something that comes after.
right. So Scorpio it's like death. It's like what they say in The Mummy. Death is only the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because the highest vibration of Scorpio is actually evolution, transformation, rebirth. We go over this in my program, but
Sexuality.
that's right, sexuality.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Well, and if you remember in your chart, Estelle, you're actually a Scorpio rising.
I am. Shout out to all my Scorpio risms out there.
Yes.
Hey.
Blessums upon.
Blessings upon. What does that say about me?
Well, Scorpio is the sign of change. So the lowest vibration of Scorpio is going to be trauma, chaos, intensity, or even death. So interesting that we're talking about death today. But the purpose of being born a Scorpio or having significant Scorpio in your birth chart is so that you have the opportunity to rebirth yourself, to evolve.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, and I whether someone struggled with addiction or they've experienced trauma, we go to Scorpio because they're like the garbage men of the zodiac, or garbage possums, or garbage foxes, or,
Yeah.
So we go to Scorpio land when we want to eliminate what's no longer working.
Yeah.
So I think about people who maybe are born into a traumatic life event or a family that has a lot of trauma. Our Scorpios and our Scorpio risings are the ones who get to escape the trauma by shedding the trauma of the family line.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so mystical.
Yes, and in a way this is a metaphorical way of using death to our advantage, to put an end to the trauma line.
Wow.
Uh-huh. So,
How can you end a suffering circle?
well, I think the most important thing is shadow work, and Scorpio is the sign of the darkness. So if we're going to end the suffering, sometimes you got to go into the dark or into the shadow.
You have to get to the root of the problem.
Absolutely. Because otherwise it's just going to keep growing back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes me think about how our soul never really truly dies.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been around the block.
That's for sure. I've lived many lives. I've had many experiences, and you know what? Sometimes I'm still in awe of death, life, rebirth,
Yes.
and the simple things, like a little beetle on a blade of grass.
Yeah.
Like, how did they get there?
Well, I think, it's just part of the cycle of life. And the more that we live and the more experiences we have, life wants to create. And Scorpio shows us that sometimes we have to end things or destroy in order to create something new.
Yeah. And I know that not only do you have a pretty amazing outlook on death, you actually can communicate with the beyond. You're a medium.
I am. I actually was doing mediumship class earlier today before I came in.
What?
So
So they teach you.
Yeah. So.
When did you first realize that something was up?
Oh my gosh. So.
Like out of the corner of your eye, you're like, who goes there? a little bit too many times. And you're like, all right, time for me to explore this.
Yeah.
This possible creepiness at first or something like that.
Yes, I've had a lot of experiences of maybe seeing shadows out of the corners of my eyes. And I have a mentor, her name's Damona Hoffman, shout out. She is the love expert for the Drew Barrymore show.
Oh.
Yeah. And she has a super strong connection to working as a medium. So last year for my birthday, she said, Danny, you are a medium too, and you need to refine this gift. And I told her, girl, you're crazy. But what ended up happening is I took some classes, and then I ended up working with a mentor named Colby Rebel. And I studied with the Los Angeles Spirit Academy, and I got certified as a platform medium to do mediumship readings in front of audiences and large crowds. So I've read for all sorts of different events and had some really great success.
How often do you see spirits swirling around?
Well, when I first started doing it, it was like nonstop, communicating all the time. But you can't live your life that way. It's like just experiencing it constantly. You got to learn how to turn the light switch on and off.
So they're everywhere.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you're not careful, you can get in touch with some scary stuff too.
Yeah,
so.
Watch out. You gotta dodge the demons.
That's right, dodging your demons. That's something.
Is it other humans or spirits? I know one time we were having a session. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah.
But there was a big dark spirit that was right behind me.
I remember
that.
Yes.
And we had to do some Palo Santo.
Yes.
We had to do some things. So what's the difference between just a dark spirit and an ancestor from the beyond?
Well, our ancestors are really, truly our connection to our loved ones beyond this lifetime. So you know that an ancestor is coming in when they're giving messages of love and validation. So the type of mediumship that I do is called evidential mediumship. So evidential mediumship is when your loved one or your ancestor on the other side is going to give pieces of evidence to validate that it is in fact them coming through to communicate with you. And they're going to know things about your life, about your childhood, memories, connections that you had with that person.
All this talk about darkness and demons reminded me of something. And I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this.
Okay.
Because my next question was, what has been your most undeniable experience with the afterlife? But I also want to talk about, I know you did a healing session on someone.
Yes.
And literally, we could see in the video, got a demon out of her body.
Yes. I have a client who reached out to me, and she was experiencing some really intense we'll say energetic oppression. And she and I worked together, and within the course of one afternoon, I was able to perform an exorcism on her, and that caused a negative entity to come out of her body. And little did I know, I mean, you know this, Estelle, but she filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
She had it on her security camera in her apartment. So I'm going about my business, doing all my healing work, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's a video of her body shaking and vibrating and screaming.
It was like this.
Yeah, it's like the Exorcist movie.
I saw it with my good eye, so I know it was true.
So people want to talk about, this stuff not being real, but I've experienced it firsthand.
Was that the craziest experience you've had with death and the afterlife?
Well, I also had a woman reach out to me one time who lived in Bakersfield, and she told me that she has been trying to get rid of a negative energy that was following her for like months. And she was even working with this African priest. And when she and I started working together, it took about 4 months for me to perform the exorcism on her to get the negative energy to go away. But this is different. This one wasn't the holy water and the body of Christ compels you. This is more like spiritual work, energetic work, and then helping her become stronger than the dark energy that was trying to suppress her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you able to physically see something leave your clients' bodies, chests, souls, or what have you?
Yeah, it's a combination of both physical and spiritual. So the physical aspect of a soul, not a soul, but an entity leaving somebody's body might include shaking. Maybe you'll see someone crying, or maybe there's an intensity that there's going to be a physical manifestation of it.
Wow.
But the spiritual side of it is with those piezoelectric crystals in my brain, I can see the entity and actually send it either to
Oh, they're listening.
I guess so. I can send with the piezoelectric crystals.
Honk if you see spirits.
With these piezoelectric crystals, you can see the spirit and then either send it to the light, return it back to where it went. And then sometimes the most powerful exorcism is actually just offering compassion towards the entity. Let's think, for ourselves, when we're in our own darkest place and we're spiraling and maybe we're experiencing shame, or we're experiencing, sometimes in the political world we see a hunger for power. A lot of that is actually rooted in an internal wound that's going on. Mm-hmm. So you can destroy something, but there's also the idea of rebirthing it through love and compassion. It just depends. It's a case-by-case basis on what's the best thing to do.
Can you do a reading on me?
Absolutely. I actually brought my tarot cards
Oh,
here.
would you look at that?
Yes, and I have your astrological birth chart drawn up too.
Okay, so what we're doing here, Danny is going to do a 3-card spread, a read 'em on good old Estelle.
Yes. I'm just going to have you smell the cards here really quickly. I've got them right here. There you go. Take a little whiff. There you go. And that's you getting your energy on them. And I'm going to shuffle.
My scent.
There you go. So I'm just going to pull a past, present, and future spread for you.
Copy that.
So the past, we have this card known as the Queen of Pentacles.
Ooh.
So this is ruled by Capricorn. So because you did my program, you know that Capricorn represents the underworld, and even the lowest vibration is the devil or hell. So to have this card pop up behind you is like the hardest part is over. Mm-hmm. You've already done all the work.
Yeah.
The only place that you have to go from here is up.
I've hung out with the devil. It's fun for spring break, but not all year round. All right.
And we think of the Queen of Pentacles. She's also financially secure. She's a go-getter. Look at what you built, Estelle.
Check it out.
I mean, come on. You have your own talk show?
Yeah.
So,
I'm doing pretty well.
yeah, Estelle's doing well.
Yeah. Oh, trademark.
Yes. Okay, so the next card we're going to pull represents the present. So the card we have here is Strength. Ah. So the Strength card represents...
Do you see my muscles?
Yes, I see. So strong.
The strength.
Oh, let me get a little feel.
You like
Estelle.
it? Yeah. Watch out now. Don't hurt yourself.
So the Strength card belongs to the zodiac sign Leo. So the highest vibration of Leo is strength and sovereignty. Sovereignty being free will.
Yeah.
So
do what you want.
Yeah. So I'm seeing you, Estelle. You put in all the hard work already. Now you're getting to express yourself with strength, like being on center stage in your own life. So the progress, the hard work that you've put in behind the scenes is really revealing itself.
Wow, I love this reading so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, when we think about the future, the card we have is the Queen of Swords, ruled by the zodiac sign Libra. So, in your astrology, I know Libra's your past life sign.
Yep.
But we have a mutual friend, Miss Maylee.
Where's she at?
Well, I don't know.
She's always late.
But to know that this card is popping up, I think your relationship with Maylee is really going to blossom. There's even some roses on this particular card in this deck.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and when we were getting ready for the reading beforehand, I felt a message coming through from Spirit.
Spill it.
So I think that you might actually appear on some kind of talk show.
Oh.
So not just your own, but it's possibly something like the Today Show
wow.
or some other kind of opportunity. But I really have a strong feeling, especially in my heart, there's going to be some kind of important appearance that you're going to be making, Estelle.
Wow, that would be amazing.
In your birth chart, your destiny sign is Aries. So we think about Aries as the sign of self-actualization. And that's shared with one of our mutual friends, Darren Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's also a destiny Aries.
He just did a really fun tiny desk concert.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I was
Yeah.
his personal assistant, so.
It was really nice.
Yeah, he's amazing, you know? But we think about that's for you, and then our mutual friend Maylee has her destiny in Aquarius, which is all about global reach,
Yeah.
hitting the entire world. So you and Maylee working together, she's going to be reaching a global audience, and you have to step into your role, Estelle, as a star, because you've mastered helping other people in past lives, and your destiny is to become self-actualized.
We all make a pretty good team, don't we?
Yeah, we do, don't we? Estelle should actually learn some mediumship. I think you'd be quite good at it.
I would like to brush up on my mediumship.
Well, I'm completely confident, you know, when we create the tarot deck of all of the roadkill stars, Estelle, you must be the high priestess.
And what does the high priestess symbolize?
Well, she represents having sacred knowledge of the unseen realms. So her energy, she's ruled by the moon. She's got psychic ability, spirituality. She's the divine feminine archetype.
It's very Artemis too.
Yes, it's Artemis, it's the Virgin Mary, it's Kali, it's all of the divine feminine. It's the secrets of the feminine self.
What is it moving me to do, you think?
Well, I think the next thing, because we have the strength card in the present, what you're supposed to be doing right now is to continue being in the spotlight. And Estelle, because your destiny sign is Aries, the destiny is to just be yourself and to be willing to be the one in front of the camera.
I can do that.
Well, that's your role in this lifetime. That's why you were created by the divine in this current incarnation. To me, what this reading is saying today is the darkness is over and the hardest part has passed, and the only place you have to go now, Estelle, is to be in the limelight, because you have a global mission that you're here to help achieve, but that's only going to be done by just being yourself.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
I love that.
Yeah, so when we think about today's theme of death, I think the real death is transforming and rebirthing into seeing that Estelle, Roadkill, and Maylee, all of you guys are going to reach a global audience, and there's going to be an incredible impact on the children, on the adults, and even me, like an adult child.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I think we really all are.
Yeah. Yep.
So this has been such an honor. Thank you.
Well, this really solidified one mission that we have here at Blessums Upon, also Roadkill, that we are here to create a safe, creative, and confident space for children and adults alike.
It's okay to be yourself.
I think that's so beautiful, and I thank you so much, Mr. Santos, for joining us today. How can people stay in contact with you and be informed about what's going on in your life?
Well, you can find me at my website, www.santoscrystalvisions.com, if you'd like to book your own astrology reading or other readings. And you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Santos Crystal Visions. And I also want to shout out my friend Taylor Eden, who made this beautiful embroidery. You can find her on socials. Maybe you can put it in the show notes. So,
I shall. Yeah,
okay.
we'll put it in the notes for you if any of you tiny baby angels are curious.
And you want to get your own embroidery like this done?
It's beautiful. Come on now. I want to get mine.
You know, Estelle, maybe we should get one done of you.
Please. I would love that.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you again, Danny Santos, for joining us today to talk about death. I'm Estelle. Thank you for watching, listening, or consuming Blessums Upon.
Blessings upon.
Blessums Upon. See you guys in the next episode.